JuliAnne Murphy here with Live in La Pura Vida, CostaRica.com, and South Pacific Costa Rica Real Estate along the South Pacific coast of Costa Rica. Today we're talking about food, getting your food, and especially fresh food, and how easy or difficult it can be when you live here in Costa Rica. So we're actually here in Uvita de Osa, our little downtown of South Pacific Costa Rica, and I'm going to show you what we call the feria here, which is the farmer's market, and talk a little bit about food. One thing I want to point out here is this is a little German butcher that has his own farm here in Costa Rica about an hour away, and he actually comes down every couple weeks and brings the fresh, as you can see, sauerkraut, ham, smoked bacon, amazing steaks, ribeyes, bratwurst. He makes them all himself. Everything is in this little truck, and he brings it down every other weekend, and then makes it available to you, and it's fresh, organic, no chemicals, etc. So we're walking into the feria now. As you can see, feria again is a farmer's market, and you can see here you're able to get everything from fresh fish. I'm just gonna give you a walkthrough, but everything generally here is made without preservatives. You've got your little fish guy here over to the side. He brings his coolers and brings in whatever the fresh catch of the day is. You've got a farmer here that brings his lamb meat and does everything from lamb chops to leg to steak to etc. On the sides, of course, you have all your artisans. A lot of people that make bread and things like that. You'll have even things like organic fertilizer, which is new to me, and then you've got an area which at the moment is almost clear because we're a little bit close to noon here. You can get your fresh eggs, you can get your fresh, everything now is changed over from plastic to paper. You get your fresh tomatoes. Look at these guys. Fresh lettuce, coyote, which is your sweet potatoes. And then they've got you can see already things are quite cleared out here because it's close to noon. But in addition, you've got things like natural aloe juice, natural homemade, actually they're not homemade, they're made by somebody that has a small family plant here, but plantain chips, natural honey and vanilla, hot pepper sauce, coconut butter, cashew butter, peanut butter. All of these are made most of them without preservatives, all natural. This is truly a farm to table experience. You got a gentleman here who makes bread. Got another gentleman here, and this vendor also does fresh nuts and roasted nuts and things like that, as well as some of your things needed for cooking. So you've got chia, sesame seeds, linaza, and so forth. And then in addition, you've got things like your natural beans. And this area here, the people are lined up because they make fresh orange juice straight out of, in fact, he's cutting over here. Let's see if we can get in and see. That's something everybody always wants when they come. You can see it here. Taking the oranges and straight in and fresh squeezed. $1 a cup. It's amazing. So another vendor, just going to get in close so you can see. Here's somebody that makes falafel. So here you can get your fresh avocados, green beans, your peppers. And in this case, they have used some plastic, which is unusual, but all of this stuff is fresh from the farm. So a very different experience. Just because it's fresh and organic does not mean necessarily that it's cheap. That's not the case. And actually, this is one of the more expensive ferias or farmers markets here in Uvita because there's not one a lot. In this area, it's not populated, so there's usually just one or two or three in the different areas. But just to give you a feel, this happens every Saturday generally, and generally in our area of South Pacific Costa Rica, it moves around. It happens in this area on Saturday, on another area about 15 miles away. It will happen on a Friday, and on another day, a Tuesday, etc. So the point is, you get it, that you can eat locally here and without preservatives and without chemicals, and that's totally possible. I spend the bulk of my grocery money every week at the feria, getting the fresh meat, the fresh fish, the fresh vegetables, of course, fresh fruit, etc. So, and even things like cashew butter that doesn't have preservatives and stuff like that. So that's it. A little bit about fresh food, true farm to table, and what it's like. And on another day, we'll do the grocery store, so you get a flavor for that. So this is day 15. We're halfway there of 30 days of expat living in Costa Rica. For more on expat living in Costa Rica, go to lapuravitacostarica.com. And if you're interested in real estate along the South Pacific coast, Dominical, Uvita, Ojuchal, Tres Rios, and parts south, go to Costa Rica Pacific Realestate.com. So over and out. Ciao.